Democrats and Republicans coming together over breakfast. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is United States Congressman John Carney. Thanks for being with us.
Good to be with you.
You say some of the best ideas can come together in a very friendly manner, and they can come together, these ideas, over breakfast.
Absolutely. You know, many of us are tired of the political bickering on Capitol Hill. And so a few months ago, we decided that Jim Renacci, a Republican congressman from Ohio, and I decided to form a little breakfast group, really just to talk initially and to share ideas, and it's turned out pretty good. We have a good working relationship, and we've developed 3 pieces of legislation that both sides have sponsored, and a lot of good things are coming out of it.
And you say conversations can really make a difference, and these one-on-one relationships can make a difference. And when we go back to the State of the Union address, you sat down with a Republican rather than a Democrat at the State of the Union.
Absolutely. I sat next to Pat Meehan, who's a Republican freshman from just over the line in Pennsylvania. He and I have worked on a lot of issues that we have in common here in the region, the Boeing facility there in Ridley Park, the oil refineries along the river, and other employment centers. So we sat together, and I think it made a difference. You know, you didn't see so much of that grandstanding, standing up and down on when the president was making various points that people agreed with or disagreed with. So I think it's a way to move the debate forward.
When we talk about what happens over breakfast, sitting down at a meal with someone can often be a way to hash things out, if you will, whether it's in the political sphere or in personal life. What happens at these breakfasts?
Yeah, I think, you know, they're just more relaxed. You know, you're sharing something to eat and drink. You're talking more casually. You're not reading from talking points. That's how Jim and I, Congressman Renacci and I, got together. You know, he was making some points in committee one day, and it was obvious that he didn't have prepared remarks that he was working from, and so it's an opportunity to do that. It's an opportunity to talk on an easy basis.
Are these breakfasts just with members of Congress? Do you have staffers there? Are lobbyists involved? Is this just an intimate setting?
No, this is just the members are involved in the breakfast. We do have staff there to help us to do all the follow-up, to draft the legislation, to work out the ideas that come up around the table. So it's been very helpful.
And you say that ideas are coming out of these breakfasts.
Yeah,
and this has only been in place for a few months.
People don't really realize it, but there are Democrats and Republicans working together on Capitol Hill. We've got 3 bills right now that have been introduced, sponsored by Republicans that are part of the group and Democrats that are part of the group. So, I mean, it's not a world-changing kind of thing, but it's one step at a time.
And how many members are actually involved
at
this point?
We have between 12 and 14 to come, 6 or 7 on each side of the aisle. Some members are more diligent about attending than others, so we're going to keep working on it and building it. And I think people are hearing from their constituents back home that they want to see this kind of thing. We also sent a letter to the super committee encouraging the committee to do a bigger agreement, to be more comprehensive, more balanced, and so hopefully they'll act on that as well.
Now, when we talk about this idea of actually coming together, when we read books about history, books about Congress in the past, this was often what we heard about of Congress in the past. There was this congenial atmosphere. Is that what you're trying to potentially recreate?
Well, I think for me, it's really trying to recreate what I'm used to in Delaware. Mm-hmm. You know, politics in Delaware is very personal. We tend to be more moderate, not as partisan than other states, and to bring that let's solve the problem kind of attitude to the House of Representatives, I think, is what I'm trying to do.
And we just have a minute left, but you say there are concrete examples of how this is working out. Talk to us a little bit about those.
Well, the Housing Opportunities Savings Account idea, the Employee Act, which is a reform idea for unemployment compensation, and then we have a repatriation bill. There's been a lot of discussion about so-called stranded corporate profits overseas. We'd like to see some of those investments come back to the U.S. to create jobs for Americans.
All right, thanks so much. Come back, give us an update. Let us know how this breakfast idea is moving forward.
Love to do it.
Thanks for being with us. We've been talking with United States Congressman John Carney. I'm Jill Horner.